start down. Beautiful day. Love this. Beautiful day. Love this. Water lane.
I guess the stars aligned. It was great. It was great. From the swim, it was kind of a standard swim. Sam and I came out together, and I was really hoping for him and I to break away on the bike, and we were working together until he got a flat, and then his day was over. But I eventually caught up to the lead group and stayed with them, regrouped a little bit, and then was able to take off with Matthew. And man, he was about 3 hours and 9 minutes. He pulls through and he goes, "Hey, do you want to take turns pulling?" I'm like, dude, you haven't taken a single pull in 3 hours and 9 minutes, and now you want to take turns? But anyhow, he was crushing it. He absolutely crushed the rest of that bike, and he was putting me on the limit. And when we came out of T2 together, it was just, I had to really focus on cadence. I had bum knee coming into this, and I was very touch and go, even thinking that I couldn't even finish the race. So the fact that I was able to, win and finish the run is actually absolutely blew my mind. just had one thing on my mind, and that was family. And I just wanted to, they were motivating me through, and I just wanted to make this day for them.
Well, I mean, I was definitely really nervous. I felt little nerves coming off of Texas. Now people knew my name and didn't really like that. Swim went pretty much as well as could have. Front pack on the swim, which is exactly what I want. First half of the bike was really rough. The legs just really weren't turning, and I was really struggling to get the power down. And so I was in a pretty dark place. Wasn't sure if I would even be able to finish the race. But then something clicked when Chris caught up to us and tried to break away, and it became fun again, I guess, and was suddenly able to really kind of go for it. And so then when Chris kind of went for it again on the first hill of the second lap, I went with him, and then we led the rest of the race, and the run came around, and was just trying to chase him the whole time. Had a couple breaks that I would have preferred not to have, but you know, it happens, and you make the best of it, and just really, really happy to come away with second place, and also had some really, really good data for Nice and some lessons learned to move forward over the next 2.5 months. So the biggest thing with the James is there's a bike ride called Pelotonia every single year, and I'll be riding in it. It's in early August, and if you follow my Instagram or whatever, I'll put the link to the donation page for me on there. You can donate to my ride and help me raise as much money for cancer research at Ohio State as possible. Thanks.
Yeah, I feel like I'm coming down from it now. It was probably one of the hardest days in triathlon I've had. You know, I love this race, I love this course, and it was one of those days where kind of got to risk it for the win, and I made that decision, had a really good swim, swam right at the front. That was kind of my A plan, and then got on the bike and sort of attacked it straight away. Felt really good for about an hour and a half, and then Chris came around, and he was really riding at a really strong level. I did all the leading on the front, probably the first 50 miles, and then Chris was just drilling it, and I really wasted a lot of, you burned a lot of matches trying to stay with him, and paid for it a bit on the back half of the bike, and then immediately on the run, it was going to be one of those days where I was in a bit of survival mode, and I was on pace to run pretty decently there for a little bit. I was just really in like management mode today, and then around mile 20, I started having some of the same physical and mental demons that plagued me in Lake Placid last year. Had some sections of walking through the aid station, sections of trying to stretch out some cramps and work through my problems there. And Adam came up on me, and I don't know, I went to a different place mentally and was able to just get on that podium. And it's my first real race of the season, which for my first real race, we got a lot to improve on, but anytime you're on an Ironman podium, this is only my second Ironman podium, so it's a big deal, and I'm happy about it.
Jody, walk me through your day.
Well, swim, I got a good start, but not really, because I was hoping to make that pack that was a little bit faster, but that obviously didn't happen. So yeah, I kind of just swam. I had somebody on my feet, but I kind of just swam my own thing. So, and then onto the bike, I just rolled kind of the power that we had planned for the day, and then onto the run. My stomach was a little wonky, so I just kind of managed that as best I could, ran as fast as I could until my stomach said stop going that fast, and hung on for whatever I could. In my band room, we say fall in love with the process and the results will follow. So I think today's just evidence of that. Man, I haven't won an Ironman since 2017, or anything, put it that way, not anything, since 2017. So it feels pretty good. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, so I was pretty happy with my swim. I feel like I got in a really good rhythm, and I felt really good, and there was a little bit of chop, and then I got on the bike and I felt so good. I mean, I felt really good. I might have ridden a little too hard, I think, in hindsight. I wanted to go for it. I wanted to go for the win, and I think I got off the bike, and mile 1 of the run, I was like, oh no. And I was like, okay, I'll just see how this goes, and maybe things will come around. And I feel like they did for a little while, and then it got really bleak. And I didn't think I was gonna finish. I was really, really, really struggling out there. I was like, I don't even know how I was upright at some points. When Jody came by me, she was so gracious. She was like, are you okay? Do you need salt? Which is, I think, an odd thing for a competitor to say. She's a special human, and I was not okay, but I didn't need salt. I needed like a lobotomy, I think, but that was a little hard to get on course. So I just, I just kind of kept going, and it's weird, like things came back around, and I don't know how that happened. I think maybe the Coca-Cola finally kicked in, and I just can't believe I finished. I can't believe I held on for a second. That was just a wild life experience. I don't know if I want to repeat it just like that, but I'm really proud. I'm really proud of myself. I'm so proud of my competitors who pushed me. I'm so proud of Jody for the win, and I saw some of my athletes out there, and I'm so proud of them because this is a hard sport, but it's unlike anything else.
I came out of the water second. How do you like that? I was like, what am I doing up here? I thought that was pretty cool. And then I can't believe how slow the course ran today. Like, I was just like, this is taking forever. And I thought I was riding well, but Jody and Haley were riding much better. I don't know, I think this is like every Ironman, I kind of just have a plan and try it and see how it pans out. I don't know that I'm necessarily really racing. At a point there, I could see Haley, and so I feel like I was racing for a bit, but then I blew up. So that was that. And I got goal number 1, which was qualify for Kona, which I've never done as a pro, and I don't think anybody 50 years old has done it as a pro. So I don't know, maybe, and some of those guys, I don't know. And I just had a solid day. I thought I was pretty strong out there. So, stoked. It's friggin' nuts. It's nuts. I mean, come on, I'm not an idiot. Like, that's not my race. And like, it's not like I think I'm gonna go to the Worlds and win, but I still think that, for all those athletes that I coach that are like, oh, I'm the oldest person in my age group or whatever, I'm like, none of that is relevant or valid. Like, I'm easily the oldest, well, besides Didi, like one of the oldest pros, and I'm still performing with athletes that are like, 20 years younger than me. So worrying about someone that's 3 years younger than you is really dumb. So, I think that if I could, I think the whole point of this is just to encourage people to like get the most out of their body, whatever age it is, and do the right things to take care of it. And then you're gonna do what, doing this is what I think is living a rad life. And that's what everybody wants to do, right? Is just like have this amazing story when, comes to the end of your days. Thank you.